We're back to discuss Halloween 2018. If you saw our review, we both liked the movie. I had heard really good things about this, and I wasn't let down by it. There's so few horror movies that have even like less than a dozen things that are like, why in the hell would they do that?
Yeah.
And this is one of them. It's like there's a couple of things where I'm like, what? Why? What? And then you think about it, it's like, oh, it's because it's a movie and things need to happen in a movie.
Right.
And it wouldn't be very exciting if these things didn't happen. It's great that the way they cut the opening sequence to not show his face, like at the very last second where it looks like he's about to actually show, like that's when it cuts to the opening theme.
So you never do, huh?
You never see it
or hear him speak. None of that.
Yeah. And you never did ever.
No. It's not like they're gonna break with tradition on that.
Like, and there's silly things to like niggle at. Like he has a dead eye, which they kind of show a little bit here and there. And at the end when he's like looking up through the slats, both of his eyes are intact. Like you can see them both like kind of glowing or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, why'd they do that?
Right.
That was one of the things. But like, so that opening's really strong. The way they had the jack-o'-lantern reverse time lapse back from being like decayed into being real.
That's right.
And then it fades over and the eye and the nose make a knife with Michael Myers like profile above it.
Right.
So it
with
like
the nose that's through there. Yeah.
The nose is like it has.
Yeah,
like
I saw that. I was like
for the knife.
Yeah.
Really slick.
Yeah.
That stuff was really cool. It's cool they brought back the cop that was in like a couple seconds of the original movie. Like he was the one that could have killed him if he'd had the chance. And
what's his name again? If you know, because I just watched a film where I'm pretty sure it was him many years ago.
Oh, I don't know. Is it
No Way Out with Kevin Costner? I think that was.
I don't know the actor's name.
He's been on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good though.
He was good in it. I like the turn of the new Doctor. How he turned out to not be.
The guy was twisted.
Yeah, the guy was messed up.
He was just obsessed.
And
which I guess kind of worked in the evil. Was it don't stare at monsters too long lest you become one of them? Right. That was pretty much his deal, right?
Yeah.
He had been studying it too much. He started fantasizing.
Well,
about
and he
it.
even said something like, I want to know what it feels like.
To
be him, and so when he kills that guy, it makes sense. But yeah, then as soon as like Michael becomes unstunned, he just like kicks the guy to death. Like,
he doesn't care.
He's dead. That was cool. I don't know if I missed it because I did slip out for the restroom for a second. Did the boyfriend character get killed?
You don't see it.
Okay.
The girlfriend screams and he's like, screw it, and he's gonna go upstairs. He grabs a knife and he runs upstairs, and then the next time you see him, he's stabbed to the wall.
Not Dave.
Oh, not him?
I mean like the shitty boyfriend of
the one that was trying to kiss her?
Yeah.
Oh, right. The other guy.
The guy that threw his phone in the... Or is he just gone after that scene?
Yeah, I can't remember. I didn't see him again.
I think they just wrote that off. I think that was like a fake out because you were expecting something to happen with him. And then the like good guy that like went home with her.
Yeah.
Like he got
meets a grisly end. Yeah.
So that was a good bait and switch.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about him.
So
what was the body count this time? That must have been what, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 or something.
I didn't keep track. It was probably about 10.
It was just a pure rampage.
Yeah, but still, they had so much time for, people in cars having conversations, like they're looking for him, and they're having these actual like expository conversations about like what they've been up to and all of that. And I knew about all of this before going in, but I absolutely love the idea of doing this as a sequel with none of the other sequels in there, and that what's happened between the first one and now is that Laurie Strode has gotten ready to kill Michael
It's considered
Myers.
life.
That's what she wants to do.
Oh, and that's a cool thing. The theme was the part of like what drives Michael Myers is the same thing maybe as drives Jamie Lee Curtis's character, which is you're either prey or you're either the hunter or the hunted, and she turned it into she wanted to be the hunter, just hunting him though. So it was kind of that was interesting. I found that where she was hunting him while he was hunting her, like that was kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting too that they had.
Although for all of her preparation, I thought that could have went a little more smoothly.
Well, that's so. Some of that was great, and some of that wasn't so great. Like the thing that got to me was like him grabbing her through the door. I was like, how the hell do you not? How do you let that happen?
Right.
How are you not prepared for that?
Yeah.
Like,
put your head right up to the front door with glass in between.
Get a different door.
Yeah, exactly.
For something like that. But then it was like, yeah, this has to happen for the movie to be exciting.
Yeah.
And
well, you know he's going to get in. It's just a case of how it's going to work out.
And then I love how they completely don't fill the audience in on the fact that Judy Greer is making noise specifically to get him to go down there.
That was cool. Yeah. Yeah. She was pretending to be weak, and then,
And then he showed up, and he's like, gotcha.
Bang. Yeah. And she was Jamie Lee Curtis was right behind him with the, so she was prowling too.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, I really like that scene. You know,
now,
as far as, like, beyond this, like, if they try and keep, you know, if they try and do another sequel with the daughter and granddaughter character coming back, like, I don't know. Like, it's really, it would be a tempting fate kind of thing. Like, I don't think you could make a better sequel than this.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you would
just leave
want to try to do that.
Yeah. It's got a good, like, if we can talk about the ending, it's got a real ending where he just, like, burns to death, or so we assume, because he's trapped in a basement that was set as a trap for him. So, but again, you don't see it. The whole house goes up, so they have to leave. So we just assume that he did. So it's open for more in that sense, but also you can just walk away and say, okay, that's it, good. That's the way I'm just gonna call that a conclusion.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, if they like made one next year, I'd be like, no, there's no way.
Too soon.
Like, they don't have the idea for this, you know.
They would only do that if it was huge at the box office and it made for a money reason, you know.
It'll make a fortune at the box office. Yeah, it will. And it's a Jason Blum produced movie, so I would guess that most of
with a famous backstory.
I would guess that half of the production budget probably went to getting Jamie Lee Curtis to come back.
Right.
Like, and the rest of it, not to say that it looks bad or anything, or like it's not like a crappy, you know, $1 million Blumhouse, you know, PG-13 that they always, because they do that, they'll like throw like 7 or 8 of those out, and one of them will hit, and it'll pay for like 20 more.
Take care, yeah.
And so they just keep doing it. But they've made a lot of terrible movies too. I just think that they really bet hard on this one. Danny McBride's involved in this somehow. He was like an executive producer on this, and I was like,
maybe a vice principal.
I've never. Well, I don't like that show, and I love what's his name?
Kenny Powers?
Walton Goggins.
Oh yeah, he's good.
I love Walton Goggins, but I don't like that show, and I haven't liked much of anything that Danny McBride's in. But I have to say, like, Danny McBride was behind this movie. Thank you.
Wow,
like,
that's interesting.
I haven't been a fan of much of your comedy, but this was good. So yeah, that's about it for me. You got any other thoughts on it?
Solid film, and like I said, my main concern was no problem at all. I just thought they would go off in a weird direction, and it didn't at all. It's you kind of know what you're getting. It's just done really well, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you like the way we do these, please like the video, subscribe, check out all the written and video reviews at dalemaxfield.com, and thanks for watching.